Hello guys, welcome back to our channel BioLab, and this is VAMSI. In today's video we will be discussing about vertebral column. Give me a moment. Yeah. Yes, in today's video we will be discussing about vertebral column. Yes, in the last video we have discussed about skull, which is the first part of your axial skeleton, and in today's video we'll be talking about the second part, that is called as the vertebral column. Okay, yeah, in vertebral column we will be completing it today, and in tomorrow's video we will be talking about yeah, vertebral column and also ribs. Sorry, 1 minute, let me check if we have, yeah, we have ribs. We will be completing vertebral column and ribs today, and in tomorrow's video we will be talking about the rest of the axial skeleton. Okay, yeah, axial skeleton would complete by today, that ribs is the last, and tomorrow if we have any remaining points about axial skeleton I will be completing them, or else we will be moving on to the appendicular skeleton. Okay, appendicular skeleton. Yes, without any further ado, let's get into the video on vertebral column. Yes, let's start. See, vertebrae. First of all, before going into the lesson, as always, let us read some basic points. The thing which we have to read here is vertebrae. Yes, vertebrae, it is a basic definition which we have to learn before going into the vertebral column. Yeah, vertebrae, it is a each series of small bones forming the backbone, having several projections for articulation and muscle attachment, and a hole through which the spinal cord passes are called vertebrae. Is called vertebra. Singular is vertebra and plural is vertebrae. Yeah, they are small bones, small ring-like bones, small ring-like bones which run dorsally. They form the vertebral column. And they have projections. We'll be seeing those projections which can have the function of articulation of different muscles, and different functions they do. So those are called vertebrae. Now these are the units of vertebral column. Vertebrae are the structural units of vertebral column. Means vertebrae form the vertebral column. Okay, vertebrae form the vertebral column. Vertebrae form the vertebral column. They are the structural units of vertebral column. They are ring-like. See, like this. There is a small hole through which the spinal cord passes. This is the hole through which the spinal cord passes, and it is called as a spinal foramen, which we will be seeing a little later when we move on to the top view of vertebral column. Yes, I will be teaching you there. Now let's move 1 minute. Now let's move into some deep introductory points about this vertebral column. Vertebral column, it is 70 centimeters long. Yeah, it is 70 centimeters long. It runs dorsally to human body. Yeah, we all know what is meant by dorsal side. This back side is dorsal, and where the heart is present, it is ventral. To the human body, it has total 33 vertebrae. This is very important. They can confuse you while asking the questions. There are 33 pieces of vertebrae, but in those 33 pieces we have this sacral, when I'll be telling you this now, and a little about this now, and when we come to this topic, the types of vertebrae, then I'll be telling you full. See, there are sacral and caudal vertebrae in this region. These are the sacral and caudal vertebrae region. Yeah, it is actually green color, but because of the green screen it has appeared like this. Please do not matter. The sacral vertebrae are 5, caudal vertebrae are 4. These two are fused to form 1. So here there are 9 vertebrae. If you subtract 9 from 33, you will be getting the original number which I have told you in the introductory class about axial skeleton. I have told you that there are 26 bones in vertebra. So there's a 26. Got it. Now let's move on reading. Let's continue reading. Yeah, these 33 are divided into 5 types based upon the region they are present. Based upon the region that these 5 vertebrae are, these 33 vertebrae are, present, they are divided into 5 types. Like if they are present in this region, your neck region here, they are called as cervical vertebrae. See, let's see these 5 types. The cervical vertebrae are present in the neck region. See, this red color one is the cervical vertebrae. They are present at your neck region. They are present at your neck region. And interestingly, the first vertebrae is your atlas, which belongs to C1. Atlas C1. It is a cervical vertebrae. Atlas is a cervical vertebrae, which is your first vertebrae, which articulates with the head here. Now, if they are present in the thoracic cavity where ribs are present, they are called as thoracic vertebrae, and there are 12 in number. These are present in the thoracic cavity, or you can say ribs, near the ribs, dorsal side to the ribs. They are present 12 vertebrae called as thoracic vertebrae. Now lumbar vertebrae, there are 5 lumbar vertebrae. See, this is the thoracic vertebrae. This is your lumbar vertebrae. This lumbar vertebrae are 5. They are 5, but they are present in the hip region. They are present in the hip region. There are 5 lumbar vertebrae. Now coming to the last but one type, sacral vertebrae. As I said, these are present at your at your lower hip. Under the hip region they are present, and there are 5. There are also 5 sacral vertebrae, also are 5, but they are fused to form one bone. Here, see this. Yeah, it may appear you as a black color, but it is actually green color. Yeah, I don't know why did I use this yellow and green color. So before, while I was preparing the PPT, I fortunately used this green color. That is why it is appearing when I use this green screen in order to appear my video. So let's leave it. Let's continue. These are the lumbar vertebrae. There are 5. Sacral vertebrae are also present here. There are also 5, but they are fused to form one. Now there are caudal vertebrae, which are 4 in the same region below the sacral vertebrae, but they are also fused to form one. Here these are 2 plus 5, 7, 7 plus 7, 14, 14 plus 12, 24. Got it? Got it? Yes, very clear. Now let's see some of the important points on vertebral column. Let's see some of the important points on vertebral column. Vertebral column, it extends from the base of the skull and constitutes of main framework of the trunk. Trunk is your lower body, skull is your upper body, head part is your skull, and trunk your body part. Trunk is your body part. Now this what we call this vertebral column extends from the base of the skull here till down, which we have seen now. Caudal vertebrae, the last vertebrae. Yeah, the last type of vertebrae. Okay, these are one minute. These extend from the base of the skull and constitute the main framework of the trunk. Okay, they extend from the base of the skull and make the main framework of the trunk. Each vertebrae has a central canal through which the spinal cord passes and is called as neural canal. This neural canal is also called as spinal foramen, through which the spinal cord passes. This vertebrae are ring-like structure, which I have already told you. They are not perfect rings, but we consider them as ring, and this is hollow. This middle one is hollow, and through this the spinal cord passes, and that is why it is called as neural canal or spinal foramen. I will be showing you the structure of these in the next slide, I hope. Yeah, see this. This is your spinal foramen. This is your spinal foramen through which the spinal cord passes. It is also called as neural canal. Neural canal, please write it. The spinal cord passes through the neural canal, hollow structure present in the vertebral column. The first vertebrae which is present at the base of the skull is called atlas, and this comes under cervical vertebrae, so it is called C1. Okay, C1. Now before going further, let me tell you the formula, for this vertebral column, which they can ask you in your examination. Cervical 7 vertebrae, thoracic 12 vertebrae. See, we write it as C7 T12. Here we have it. Cervical vertebrae 7 vertebrae. If you remember this formula, it is enough. How many are present you can get. Next comes thoracic 12 vertebrae. Next comes lumbar 5 vertebrae. Now while writing sacral, you write 5 in bracket. Means the bracket includes, means they are fused. 1 minute, let me show you. Yeah, see this. For some time I may not be visible to you. Just till I write this. Yeah. Okay, then one minute. Let us take something other. Let us take a new board. Then in that I will be explaining you. And then on the new board I will be explaining you. 1 minute, guys. Let me choose a new board. But what is happening? I'm not knowing. Yeah, now it is fine. Let me choose a new board. See here, I am writing the formula C7H T12 L5 S in bracket 5 caudal. Okay, got it. See, this is the formula. For vertebral column. This bracket represent that they are fused. These brackets represent that they are fused. These two are fused to form one. You can either write it as CA or C. Anything is fine. Okay, C7, which the first one is cervical, which are 7. The second one is thoracic, which are 12. The third one is lumbar, which are 5. Sacral 5 fused 1. Caudal 4 fused 1. Got it? This is the formula for your vertebral column. Human vertebral column is having this formula. Now coming to the main functions of vertebral column. See, the functions of vertebral column. It supports the head. It is obvious the function. It serves as the attachment point for the ribs and musculature of the back. Ribs and musculature of the back. Okay, muscles and everything, ribs. Yeah, this is, I have put this image only to show you this is spinal foramen or neural canal. Now, we have completed about these vertebral column. Now let's move on to ribs. Ribs, there are totally 12 pairs and 24 in number. 12 pairs. Here they can confuse you while asking in your examinations. They can give 24 pairs and 12 pairs. If they give pairs, you have to opt 24. If they give number, you have to opt 20. If they give pairs, you have to opt 12, and if they give number, you have to opt 24. Now, they are present in the thoracic region, where thoracic vertebrae are present. Their function is to protect human heart and lungs from getting damaged. Yeah, they give protection against damage to the lungs and heart. Okay, now, see. Now let's see and point about ribs. Each rib is flat bone. It is a flat bone. it is attached to the sternum ventrally. Here we have sternum. When I told you, I hope I told you in the introductory class on axial skeleton, that sternum is a big flat bone which is present ventrally in the mid of ribs. See, this is sternum. Put like this. This is your sternum. Here is sternum. These ribs come and attach it to the sternum ventrally, and dorsally they are attached to the vertebral column, thoracic vertebrae. Interestingly, it has two articulating surfaces at the dorsal, so they are also called as bicephalic. They can ask you in your examination why human ribs are called bicephalic, or they can also ask you another one, why human skull is called as you can say that by 1 minute, let me think over it, and then I'll be telling you in the ending of the session. Yeah, I forgot that name. In your NCERT it is also written, I hope. Yeah, that is called as bioccipital or something, I remember it. Yeah, I'll be telling you in your at the last when we come to the ribs. Now, ribs are divided into three types based on their appearance and articulations, presence of articulations. Yeah, true ribs, false ribs, floating ribs. What? True ribs, false ribs, floating ribs? Are ribs also true and false? Yeah, these true ribs are articulated, means the definition which we have seen, this blue color line, is fulfilled by true ribs. This blue color lines which we have written, that they articulate ventrally to the sternum and dorsally to the vertebral column, is fulfilled by true ribs. There are 1 to 7 pairs from first rib to seventh rib. See, these are your true ribs. These are your true ribs. As you can see, this is your sternum. This red color line is your sternum. These are attached to this sternum ventrally with the help of hyaline cartilage. This blue color one is hyaline cartilage. They are attached to the sternum using hyaline cartilage. From 1 to 7, from first rib to seventh rib, they are true ribs. From 8, 9 and 10 ribs are false ribs, since they do not articulate with the sternum directly, but they articulate to the seventh rib with the help of hyaline cartilage to articulate with the sternum. See, the 8th, 9th, 10 ribs, if this is your 7th rib, this is your 8th rib, this is your sternum, they articulate with the 7th rib in order to articulate with the sternum. They do not directly articulate, as they are not fulfilling the definition or the blue lines which we are seeing here. So that is why they are called false ribs, but dorsally they are articulated with the vertebral column individually only. But they do not articulate with the sternum ventrally directly, but they articulate with the 7th rib in order to articulate with the sternum. Now, those are called as false ribs, as they are not fulfilling the definition or the blue lines. We call them as false ribs. Now, coming to floating ribs, these are the last 11 and 12 pairs. We have 4 floating ribs or 2 pairs of floating ribs. They can confuse you. I got confused in one of the book while I am doing my questions. I got confused here. They asked the number of ribs and I choose 2. Number of floating ribs, I choose 2. They did not ask me pairs, but I choose 2. I lost my mark. So in order to give you a safe side, please read the question whether they asked pairs or number. If they ask number, put 4. If they ask pairs, put 2. Why I am telling you 4 is, there are 2 on this side, there are 2 on this side, there are 2 on left side, 2 on right side. So that is why we put 4. Okay. Now, these 11 and 12 ribs are your floating ribs. Why we are calling them floating? they do not articulate ventrally with anything. They do not articulate with ventrally anything. Just they articulate here, there is a small mistake. They articulate dorsally with they can articulate dorsally with vertebral column, but they do not articulate ventrally. They keep floating. See, like this. They articulate dorsally. If this is your vertebral column, they articulate dorsally like this, and ventrally they are not articulated. So they keep floating. So that is why they are called as floating ribs. Yeah, that's it. We have completed the PPT slides. As I said, I would be showing you, or I will be saying you, the human skull is also called as I hope it is bioccipital or bicondyle, bicondylic or bioccipital. 1 minute, let me check your NCERT and then I'll be telling you. 1 minute, please. Yeah, it is called as a dicondylic skull. See, human skull is called as dicondylic skull. I will be telling you where it is present. Please open page number 310, and from the top second line, the vertebral column is articulated with the help of two cartilages. See, page number 309, the last line, the skull region articulates with the superior region of vertebral column with the help of two occipital condyles. That is why it is called as dicondylic skull. If I have NCERT, I would show you, but I only have the textbook, manual textbook. So if you do not mind, please see it here. Here, see this point, page number 310. Page number 310. 310, the second line, it is written as dicondylic skull. Okay. Now please mark it in your NCERT, it is very important. Human skull is called as dicondylic skull. Human ribs are called as bicephalic ribs. Why? They have two articulating surfaces on the dorsal side. So that is it for this video, guys. If you like the video, please hit that like button and also subscribe to our channel BioLab. And this is VAMSI signing off. And if you have any doubts, you can please post in the comment box below. And if you have any suggestions also, you can do the same. And yeah, thank you guys. Consider subscribing to our channel. And as you thank you for the response you guys have given me yesterday when I asked you to whether should I start a MCQ series or the next chapter. You have responded for MCQ series, and after this chapter surely I will be starting an MCQ series starting with the microbes. There will be revising with the help of NCERT. With the help of NCERT, we will be revising everything. Okay, so that is it, guys. Yeah, hope you like the video. Like that, please do the same thing which I have told you before. And this is VAMSI signing off. Have a great day further. Thank you, guys.